Welcome back, everybody. We are back again. I felt like, it's not fair that to have a discussion and then people are not, having an opportunity to discuss what we are discussing today. So that's why I came back again. So let's go ahead and do another 1 hour segment and then we will call the date off. So I welcome you one more time to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan. We are discussing the same topic. So those who were just sending me requests and I was unable to get them in, now you can go ahead and send in your requests and then I'll bring you, to make your point as well. So thank you one more time and I apologize for inconvenient the situation. I don't know what happened today. It shouldn't be that way. But anyway, yeah, thing happened. And let's, live with it. And go ahead and send in your request and I'll bring you right away. Go ahead and send in your request. Send in your request. I think it should be good. It should be good now. Welcome back, Sister Tom. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you. Another 1 hour and then we'll call a day off here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, little cousin. Just send in a request, then I'll bring you in. Hello, brother Tofik. Doing good. Like I said, go ahead and send in your request, and I'll bring you. not changing, that means that there's something wrong. Okay. Oh yeah. So far, nobody sent any requests. If you cannot do it through the green button, you can go ahead and type, call, or invite. Mr. Nur brother Angara. This is the second edition, part 2 of our interview with Dr. Hakim Dario. So I want to give opportunity to people, to express their opinion as well. So I didn't want to call a day off. So that's why we are back. All right, let me go ahead and see who sending a request. We are still waiting for you, of course, Sending a request and then I'll bring you here. Enjoy the Zambia music. Shukran. Thank you. So if you guys are okay, and then if nobody wanted to talk, and then we can call a day off, because we showed Kabir, but I came back because it wasn't okay just to leave you like that, and some people they wanted to express. That's why we are back. But it seems like there is no request, or maybe we still have issue with the system. I don't know, because it doesn't show yet somebody sending a request. And I'm inviting you, if you want to be called in, actually you should type, invite. But if you guys are already tired, and then maybe we can call a day, it's okay. Sometimes let me try this. Let me do a test for you, Sister Tom, and see if it's working properly. And if it's working properly, and then you don't have to show your face if you can. It's not necessarily. I know it's night there for you.
Hey.
Hey, cousin, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm in the dark.
No problem. I was just doing, tests because it seemed like I don't see people sending any requests, and I was wondering, am I still having the same technical problem, or people are not sending any requests? So if that's the case, it means that it's working properly. But it looked like people are already tired, or maybe they just wanted to listen, and maybe. And we should call a day off then, because
there is few people watching.
Yes, there is a few, yeah.
But
I see that.
And no one is making requests to be called.
That's mean people are tired. They have heard enough.
Uh-huh.
And if they have heard enough, that's fine. And then maybe we can call a day, and
Yeah.
maybe I can see them next week, inshallah. No problem. I was trying to do tests.
Okay.
Try to have a wonderful night there, cousin. Thank you so much for being, part of this.
Okay, so I am your guinea pig.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Okay. All right, Atom. Thank you.
Okay. All right, good night.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
All right, it looked like, guys, ladies and gentlemen, it looked like, it appeared people are just, don't want to do this at the moment. And yeah, for that reason, we're going to go ahead and call a day. And yeah, maybe next time, we will continue to do this. Oh, but I see somebody there, gentleman there requested. Let me go ahead and give him an opportunity before we call a day off. It would not be, good to just call it off. Brother Martin, I saw your request there. Martin, all right. Here you go, Martin. How are you? Good to see you.
Oh, I'm good, man.
Okay, Martin Ringo. So welcome to
Yeah.
President of South Sudan. Were you watching part 1 with Dr. Hakim Dario?
Of course.
Okay, that's good. So let's go ahead and get your perspective, before someone else, and then we'll move on from here.
Thank you very much, brother Jongkor. I just want to, first of all, thank you and your viewers, and particularly Dr. Hakim, who spoke eloquently. And there's only one thing that I want to tell the people of South Sudan, which is either whether you're Equatorian or you are from Upper Nile or you are from Bahar Gaza.
Yes.
We have to drop this, anti-Denka message. Denka will be a part of the problem, but Denka is also a big solution in this issue. If now we're trying to symbolize the Denka as a tribe, be on the top of the drama, killing people and all that, and leaving even our own who are also participating in this war, killing their own people, then we are wrong. Let us try to promote inclusive message like Dr. Dario Hakim said,
Dario.
that we need to be inclusive. Denka is not only the problem. Denga is is a part of the problem. So the other communities too in South Sudan. Me, I have my own people from my own area in this government shooting others, killing others. Now, how in the world will I just pointing finger to Denka be the problem and forgetting those of my people who are also killing with the Denka? If we really want to bring peace in South Sudan, let us listen to what Dr. Darius Hakim have said, that we don't need to single Denka and we don't need to point Denka as the evil doers. But we need to tell Denkas that we still can work it out and try to bring it through and the legitimate system by the people, which include Denka themselves. By the way, Denka is the majority of the tribe in South Sudan. Let us not deny ourselves successes. Our success, whether it be Equatorial or whatever, will come from Denka. When people are fighting Khartoum government and the others want to cut short that we have to only fight for South Sudan to separate from South, Jongkor told them, yeah, how about the Nubers? How about the Angaznas? How about the Jalini who joined with us? Let us not deny ourselves allies. Yes, we know that SPLM have corrupted our country. They have destroyed the country. This is only a few people there, not the whole Denka, man. It is not the whole Denka. The whole. Yes, go ahead.
And the SPLM party too, it's not just only one ethnic tribe, right? Because
of course.
we have people from all over, you know, the country on that.
Of course.
Go ahead.
My heart is broken when I saw so many of my people just holding on to Denka. You know, these Denkas play a game by brainwashing few Denkas, put them in the key positions to anger the other communities, you know. And this is not the whole Denka. Denka, imagine when Dr. Byung came up here and talked eloquently about the rules that brought by SPLM. He's a Denka.
But actually, when Dr. Byung came and he spoke here in our program, some people took what they want to use as a propaganda aligning with their needs. And that's what, but all the speech of Dr. Luka Byung, it was just criticizing the system, which is, and he laid down what needs to be done to get out of this. But unfortunately, our brothers, they used to say that we need people intellectual from this community to come and speak. And when someone comes, then they will take a few words that will go and use them against you, you know, you know, which is really sad. So go ahead and finish up.
Of course, you know, if you listen to Lino, one of your participants, when you listen to Lino, these are the kind of people who have a very narrow and shallow and short-term kind of a, trying to get a short-term kind of solution to suit their interest. But our country needs, you know, universal peace in Bahr Ghazal, in Upper Nile, and in Equatoria. If you look in these three regions, it is not only Dengue, it is not only, you know, Bari or whatever, Kakua, Moro, whatever. It is all of us. So I just want to let my friends who are listening right now to know that sentiment is against Denka is not going to bring us everlasting peace. Jongkor is a Denka. He is talking eloquently about the system in South Sudan. People should know that. You know, me, my mother and my father lived in Gogrial for 45 years. And they never talked bad about Denka. And even they encouraged me to go. They encouraged me to go and live in Gogrial because these are the good people. These are the best people, you know. This is what my parents told me. Yes, there are some few Denkas who can, because of greediness or whatever, power hungry, like now we're seeing in South Sudan, can spoil. And some people are bringing this the story of a girl, البصل واحد عفن في الشوال, البصل الشوال كله شنو عفن. This is not going to help us. Denga why can happen? This is a problem. But still other Dengas can be able, can be positive, you know, like a Jongkor.
But the thing is, they still can take those basal and cook with it because basal dag ma afin zato a shawali how afin like at the same time, right? They still can take that onion and they use it because they are good onion and that shawal actually to be used, you know, and cook with it. So, right?
ده المشكلة هنا يا جانكور. هم نسا البصل اللي هم بيشيلوا من العفن ده ذاته اللي هم بيشتغلوا هم نسا.
Yes.
انت عارف؟ يعني سالفا كير ليه كان بيبقى بصل العفن واحد ده يلا باقي بصل التانيين كويس ده.
Which is
كمان.
Yeah, which is means Shawal. Let's say Shawal is South Sudan. Lo Salva Kiir مثلا يعني make South Sudan to be stinky bigger mark ways. And then not the Tanin del or not the region del. There is no point all of them to be stinky. At least so we can use them because they are good actually, you know.
Let us be fair, Jama. So there are some Dengas, even they are very good people, very even good than any other Equatorial or Upper Nile or whatever. These are there. Now, why would we really put this kind of good people like this in the wrong basket? Let us give credit goes where it belongs, you know. So my one message is let us drop this sentiment anti-Denka. Let us drop it. Let us promote unique, universal message like Dr. Hakim said, to bring people to Denka, together, Denka, Nuere, whoever there, let us work together. Kalam bitagal Denka, itagal der kelim kalam bita government, kelim Salva Kiir, Martin Elias Lamoro, James Wane Ega, Paul Mojuk, Jock Kong, whoever, you talk about them. Don't talk about Denka or Denka or Denka. This is not good. It's not helping us. Denka as a tribe, some of them are really good. And I believe even there are maybe 75% or 80% of Denka are good. 75 or 80%. Now imagine if you have 75 or 80% in your pocket, that means you're in good position. You can win election. Really? So let us try to connect with the Denka once again. If we have hatred against them, because Salva Kiir have killed the people and killed the Equatoria, killed Nuero, killed the Denka, let us try to. This is the work of devil, trying to stick you to wrong direction so that you go wrong all the time. Criticizing Dinka as legitimate enemies of South Sudan is taking us in the wrong direction, and we will get wrong result every time. Or the command, it will try to bring Denga as a tribe to stand solid and fight against other communities.
We don't want something like that. Yeah, we don't want something like that at all.
Well, it's not Denga encouraging. Other people are encouraging Denga to do that, right? If we are trying to kill all Denga in South Sudan, Denga have no option but to stand up for themselves, right? And they can use any available means, like country resources or whatever. They can use to defend security, whatever. They can defend themselves with that, because they know that other 63 tribes are not helping them now. So they're going to fight back. So my message is no more sentiment against Denka. Drop this today, and let's not move as the South Sudanese together. I know if anybody from Denka or Nuero or Equatorial who comes up with a unique message, bringing people together, trying to promote people-centric leadership in South Sudan, this will be the legitimate leader that everybody will follow, rather than trying to, divide people and promote hate, whatever. This is not helping us. So let us drop this today, Brother Jongkor.
Thank you.
Our message, yes, we need to be united, one people, one nation, go forward, go for election, vote Salva Kiir out, and bring new, fresh, young people like Jongkor, like Mujasef, like Luka Byong, like, there's so many of them that we can bring up and can change the whole of equation in South Sudan, so that we can live in peace, prosperity, and the rule of the law should be the paramount thing in our country. So thank you very much. This is a few things that I want to say, and thank you for your viewers too. And until next time, we can come back and say more things about these issues. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Martin Ringo. It was good having you on Concern with your perspective. Thank you so much. Let me move and call other South Sudanese who are interested, to come and weigh in as well. So, send in your request, Jamal. I can bring you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Send in request. I'll bring you in, my dear brothers and sisters. Send in a request, Jamal. Dr. Hakim Dario, I think there is a message that you wanted to say, because I saw down there. I will, give you a go ahead and go ahead with that message. I'm sorry, people wanted to speak, but the network actually didn't give them an opportunity. That's why I have to refresh the device and then move on again. So welcome back. Thank you.
Thank you. I thought there was probably a cyber attack on the website, I think.
Yes.
I don't know what the cause
because
was.
it was dropping. It was dropping the guest. Anyone that I call has been dropped. But my network here is fine. So actually, cyber attacks, of course, yes.
Yeah. So this is the second part of the show, right?
Yes.
You have to start it all over again, right? Okay. Yeah. Well, I think the audience was bigger, but it's growing bigger now, slowly, with people sharing. I think what's very important is that, I thought I missed maybe a couple of questions, but I think people didn't even have a chance yet to ask questions. Yeah, but more importantly, I guess, is the focus is still for us to try to share ideas about the fate of the revitalized agreement, which I'm afraid is looking unstable at the moment and is unlikely to succeed. I think this is my assessment. The key focus now is for the people to consider what are the options. And I was talking about an alternative government.
Yes.
I think people should consider this, should think seriously about an alternative government. The agreement has been signed, yes, but this agreement is not finding support. The international community is not supporting it. The partners themselves are not serious about implementing it. And I've all noted that there was this recruitment. So these are all, signs of bad news. And I think we should consider these developments as a risk. But then what is the alternative? This is the key issue, really. What is the alternative? So all the people of South Sudan should start to express themselves. The other thing which I may take opportunity of just highlighting here is the IBC. The IBC has recently, for instance, made a call to people to come out and give their views about the number of states.
Yes.
In our view, this is uncalled for. I know it's the mandate of the IBC, which was established by the Revitalized Agreement, but I think people should know that the process of deciding the number of states is exclusively the prerogative of the people, and that should be exercised through the constitution-making process. What the IBC is trying to do, with the influence of the government, is to really confer legitimacy, confer إطفاء الشرعية يعني. أساسا ما كانت موجودة. Confer the legitimacy on the 32 states. The other thing which is completely out of context is that the IBC, which is meant to be an institution, using free email accounts like Yahoo, Gmail, to receive information from the public across the world, in South Sudan and so on, that this is the best way to collect the information that they wanted from the people. This is not the right way to go about it. It's very amateurish. It's very poor. It's not professional. The free email accounts, anybody can set up a robot on the internet.
That's correct.
Anybody can set a robot on the internet, which will swarm this email account with different messages and so on, and it could be subject to abuse. So why should issues that are important for the public interest in South Sudan, why are they handled in this amateurish way by an institution like IBC? This is reflecting very badly on South Sudan. That South Sudan, anything goes. Any unprofessional thing can go, and not many, thousands of people in South Sudan, have access to email. The Ram population in Upper Nile, in Bahr el-Ghazal, in Equatoria, they don't have access to email. Maybe you and I have access to the internet, but not everybody has access to the internet.
Correct.
And these email accounts can be abused.
And actually,
first of all, they are not secure.
And actually, Dr. Hakim Dario, because I was, stunned when I see that IBC, they want people to send in the emails. Like you said, who knows, maybe those from outside, they can send an email. Anyone can send an email. This is not a sufficient way, of conducting that kind of business, actually. It was totally immature. They don't know what they're doing. It's just because South Sudan, they can do whatever they want to do. They don't care.
Yes.
And actually, I made a survey. I forgot to ask that question. I made a survey 3 days ago, between 32 and 10 states. And actually it was overwhelming for South Sudanese because we can see their name, we can see their picture. I know these are South Sudanese who are voting. It was 78% for 10 states and 22% for 32 states, which is mean actually our people, they want to go back to normal. They want to go back to 10 states. Because given the fact that 32, now you created all these 32 states. Why are you getting the money? Why are you getting the funding? And actually I was going to answer, for a brother because his name is Wilson Lwal, I think. He said, well, creating more state actually will give me that more opportunity, because I used to be attacked by other community, neighboring community. Well, I have an answer for my brother Wilson. Actually, creating more state is not going to prevent your neighbor not seeing your neighbor, because your state is not going to be moved from there. You're not going to cut that piece of land and moving away from your neighbor. They are still going to exist. What you are going to have is administrative, which is mean that you have a governor, you have those, but the neighbor are still there. And if they want to fight with you, they are still going to fight with you. So what need to be done? We need system. We need rule of law to be, imposed, so no one can attack you. That's the way. That's what we need. We need to learn how to live together. But the notion that because that guy doesn't like me or we fight, I'm gonna have my own, state, or I'm gonna have my own territory. It's still gonna be neighbor. You're not gonna move to Brazil. You're not gonna move to Indian Ocean. You're still gonna be there, whether in Unity or in Jongkor, whatever. You are going to be a neighbor. Just need to learn how to live together. So thank you so much. I can give you, the last and finish it up.
Yeah. So that was the only other issue that I wanted to highlight. And of course, the other risk to unsecured information is that, for instance, the email system is not secure, and the data which is held in this email is not stored in South Sudan. In a serious government, security aware practice, there wouldn't be need, for instance, to operate on the basis of free email accounts. You need to have an identifiable, verifiable business email which can transact business. Because even, for instance, in the Western world, for instance, you cannot use a non-business email account for transacting business. You can't do that. It will not be accepted. You see, IGAD has got an email account which carries its identity as IGAD. Even this JAMAC has got an identity which carries, professionally defined email. And so, what has stopped them to use professional accounts? So these are some of the issues that we think reflect badly on the people of South Sudan. That any international organization or any related institutions of the revitalized agreement can be set up in an amateurish way. South Sudanese are taken for on a ride. Who respects you? Anything can go, and people can set up all sorts of fishy things. So that is disregard and disrespect to the people of South Sudan, and I think this process is not credible. Whatever information that goes into it is not credible. It should not be believed.
Yes.
And they should close down the account. This nonsense of using this Gmail account. That's my message.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity again for coming to make this point.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hakim Dario, for coming one more time and clarify the point. It was good having you always. Thank you. So let me go ahead. So it seemed like that's it, Jama. I know today we had some difficulties with network, but it's okay. Maybe next time everything will be perfect. This is life. Nothing is guaranteed. Things happen. That's the nature. Things can go wrong, but we are here to fix, and we are here to collaborate and work together, and make things happen in real time. So until here, I would really appreciate you for coming on and joining us today and being part of the program. So until we meet again next week, inshallah, good night from Seattle.